You're listening to Speaking Stellar Girl with Teri Tkachuk, an interview series that inspires women to live their most stellar life. Teri is the co-founder of the Stellar Girl movement, and she is sitting down with women all over the world to hear about the key moments in their lives and how they lived boldly, compassionately, and ultimately became a stellar girl.
Welcome to Speaking Stellar Girl. I'm your host, Teri Tkachuk, and I'm thrilled today to have Yaisa Mann joining me today. Yaisa is a body image specialist. She's an author. She is a speaker, a lifestyle entrepreneur, and she is the founder and CEO of SWAGHER. So many topics to dive into today. So I'd love to welcome you to Speaking Stellar Girl, and thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your story with us today.
Well, thank you very much. And you're just a gracious host and a beautiful platform. Stellar Girl just sparkles, and I feel the joy over here. And thank you for that introduction.
I love that. So let's dive right in, as I said before. So how did you start, and why did you feel the need to be a body image professor at the University of Oklahoma? Let's go back a few years.
Okay, let's back. Well, I didn't know what body image was. At one point, I was a PhD student, and even though I was a PhD student, I don't have my doctorate degree. That's a whole nother story.
Okay.
And we're not in therapy, so we're not going to talk about that. But I was a TA, a teaching assistant in a women's and gender studies course. And one night, the students, they were doing their presentations like on politics or work, family life, and all those cool topics. And there was a presentation on body image. And I thought the word didn't really, connect with me. But they had a video presentation of Dove evolution. It was like a video of a time lapse of a woman like getting her makeup done. And then after the makeup was done and her hair was all done, she was already gorgeous. And then they did like this Photoshop. And I thought they elongated her neck. They took out any creases in her eyes, like crow's feet, any smile lines, Marietta lines. With her hair, they made it like a little bit thicker. And I thought she was already beautiful. And it's like they made her become like perfect. Then they put that picture on a billboard, and that was like this short, like 30-second video that was in time lapse. And from that day, I thought, wow, I didn't even know Photoshop ever even existed. This was for me, it was 2008. Maybe I'm a late bloomer. Other people may have known about it. It's just, that was my first time seeing it. And so I remember, I thought there was only one presentation that was 8 minutes about body image. So as a TA, I proposed at the college to teach a class for freshmen. And it was called the Freshman 15, to talk about different areas that freshmen may struggle with, from being away from home for the first time and with substance abuse, and just not just about Freshman 15, gaining weight, but just the weighty topics. But then that class got me into the director of women's studies department, because then they had invited me in to ask me about my class, and they wanted me to create an entire body image class for upper division students. So from what happened from being me being just a TA, watching different group presentations, I created after that a freshman seminar. I thought freshmen need to hear about this, and then it ended up being a class that's still taught at the University of Oklahoma called Body Image versus Reality, Popular Culture, and the Beauty Myth. And with body image, it's always about someone else's perception of how someone's body should be. So it's never the individual person. It's like how maybe society thinks women should look, or how society thinks that men should look. And then that idea, this ideal idea, is that projected image that people have, they put on themselves. Correct. So it could be parents that reinforce it, or sports teams, yes, sororities. And it's not to put negative light on them, but most times people learn body image from their peers. They learn about dieting, to be a certain type of size, or even a certain kind of look. Body image is not just about weight. For me, being a person of color, I'm African-American. There was one point I would never wear braids because I didn't want to be a stereotype,
You rock those braids.
Okay, I'm swinging them things, girl. Or it could be having a name like Yaisa. That already announces that I'm kind of ethnic, So even having my name back in the day, I didn't even know that I had body image issues. Like I said, I didn't know what the terminology meant until 2008. But when I made that connection, I said, you know what, maybe I have struggled with my weight before, but I've more struggled with my ethnicity, not wanting to be too ethnic, because then it's if you're an ethnic person, you might represent everyone in your group. In my classes, I was only, maybe one of only one African-American in most of my graduate classes. So it's like as if whatever I say, it represents everyone. And I never want to have that responsibility. Or if I have a unique name, then it's like I'm ethnic, or people can be like, you go girl. And you just you want that to be something that's like an invitation for them to say, you go girl, but not just assume that I'm a you go girl type of girl, you know?
Absolutely.
So
well,
that was a little bit about that.
That is still resonating today. I mean, it's getting better. We are seeing more body shapes on covers of magazines, in advertisements, on our social media, but it's still it's a problem with young women these days. They still do comparisons all the time. And another guest on my show said comparison is a thief of joy.
Come on now. Yes, it is.
And so, and I love that you talk about it so openly and really I mean, we're all aware of it. And I really do hope it's something that gets a lot better. You say that one of your mantras, I believe, is loving your own body and living by your own rules.
True.
So
yes, because that's just not, I guess, loving your body. Like, it's like a costume, you know, like yes. I said that we're spirits, we have a soul, we live in the body. So we're never really our body, but our body is a fun way to like express ourselves. You know, like we can express our personalities by our uniqueness with it. With wearing hair extensions, with braids, wearing accessories like you have on, wearing certain colors or like makeup to play up our features. So our body is just like how we would think about like a superhero, you know, like
our
when they
armor.
dress their armor. So that's all it is. But most people put too much emphasis on that. It has to be like someone else's. And like going back to your comment about the quote, like comparison is a thief of joy. It's like you can't even compare two snowflakes because they're not even two that are alike. And like, I'm a person of faith, and I believe like God, he gave us different features or different body types for a reason. Now, how we take care of it is a whole nother story.
Absolutely. So, it's about self-love and how we nurture ourselves with exercise. And let's talk about that as well, because that's a huge part of your life is your SWAGHERfiitess. And first of all, the name is stellar, like SWAGHER, like that's just, I just want to dance with you.
Oh, thank you. Okay. I got some videos too. I have some videos too.
I can't wait. Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm on there briefly. I'm a little bit on YouTube. I never really caught, you know, to be honest, this is like an honest moment, you know, because of body image. Do you know, like when I started teaching fitness because at first I didn't plan to teach fitness. Like I happened to like have had my second kid and I kind of stumbled into the gym, and in the weight room, I felt the pressure. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I didn't know how to figure out how to find motivation. So I started going to a group fitness class. And in the group fitness class, the instructor, she was an average sized woman. So that like just drew me in. But what drew me in more was that she said, "Hey girl." And it just made me feel like she knew me. Like, you know, it was like my name is not girl, but just her acknowledging me. Like she didn't say like, turn a paper assignment in, or, you know, you have to perform. It was just like an invitation to have fun. And so,
fitness is fun, and we should make it fun.
Yes.
Instead of making it like a chore, like it's something we should invite into our lives and take care of ourselves.
True. But most people, like when they find themselves thinking about working out, it's like to improve something, or I'm punishing myself because I ate too much. But versus it being like, we heard the word lifestyle, like it's just the quality of my life. It's just something I do, but it's not, my world does not revolve around working out.
No, it shouldn't revolve, but it should, but you do teach still. Do you still teach classes? Yes. Okay. And is it more dance classes?
Yes, it's dance fitness. As I said, like I didn't get motivation in the weight room. Yes. I tried a fitness class, and the class was like a dance fitness class, and it was maybe like 7 ladies. And after like about a few weeks, that instructor introduced Zumba fitness. And like, I thought, what is a Zumba? But the class went from 7 people to 70 people.
Wow.
And it was like, the class was moving, and it was not just the instructor. It was like the music. It was like Latin rhythms, international music from all over. And the moves were super easy. And so that was my thing where I tried that after I was in the class. After trying that fitness class, I became a fitness instructor because I thought, this is so easy. It was like addictive. And like when you work out, you get a serotonin like release, like a dopamine.
Yes.
And it's like an endorphin rush. The same feeling you get from eating chocolate, you can get from working out.
I love chocolate. I love chocolate. And right now it's Easter season. So now I'm eating those Cadbury mini Easter eggs, one in the purple package. I think I ate a family bag. It's just, but it's okay. I'm honest. We can eat that sometimes. Yeah, no one's
seasonal.
counting.
It's seasonal.
Exactly. So let's. I would like to ask you a question about like how you came up with SWAGHER, like SWAGHErFitness. Why is that, and where have you brought that platform to? Like, I know that you're a speaker and an author,
Yes.
so talk to me about that.
Okay, well, SWAGHER was because I created the body image class and I taught to college students. But then when I became a fitness instructor, that was just another group. So they were like two different demographics, like college students, and then like maybe, stay-at-home moms or like busy professionals. But the age group was like more business professional. So I thought with SWAGHErFitess, it was a way to combine both the body image and the fitness.
Okay.
But with SWAGHErFitess, you want to be specific. So it's an acronym. And the S in SWAGHER is their style. So, like I said, when I went to the weight room, it was intimidating because you see people dressed when they're, half tops or like their cute little outfits. But style is never like what you wear. It's always how you wear something.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't have to be fashion. You can be wearing like your testimony. You can be wearing like a situation and no one knows what you're going through. Like you can be wearing your confidence like an invisible crown. That's to me what style is. And then you have your W in wellness. It's going to be like your body, your soul, and your spirit. Even though we can talk about like wellness, like
that.
We can talk about like the different dimensions, but then we can talk about how that affects your finances, how that affects your social interactions with relationships, your occupation, your creativity, your mental, your physical health, and so on. And then your A in attitude is your attitude. I think I said that. So it's not like this attitude, but your perspective. So it's like choosing to be positive or like choosing to see opportunity in every, life situation you have. Like, even if you get bad news, it's like the attitude is like, I put my attitude as my belief in, my relationship with Jesus Christ.
Yes.
So I'm going to apply my situation to the word of God. So my attitude is always going to be my perspective that God's ways are higher than my ways, that he has a plan to prosper me. So my attitude, no matter what, and if I tell y'all what I've gone through, it's like, what? But I won't say all that, but it's like choosing to have a positive attitude. And then the G in swag is your game plan. So like you want to have a strategy, but you may want to go through each of these steps. And it's not a formula or one size fits all. It's like, what makes it personal to you? Like what makes you unique? And then the her in swagger is her energy restored. Because people always say I have lots of energy. So when I think of her, it could be healing, it can be energy. It doesn't mean like the energy like that, but sometimes the motivation is energy, like what gets you out of the bed in the morning. Maybe it's coffee. Maybe it's like you want to go take a walk out in nature. So energy is like what revives you, like what's your source. And then your restoration, her energy, restored is like what makes you brand new again, because we all have to have another chance to have another chance. Like we've all messed up. So when we were able to say, you know what, yesterday is over, I'm gonna do my best today.
I love your attitude. You have such a stellar girl mindset, like everything, your like style, wellness, attitude, like game plan, like it just embodies everything that a stellar girl is. And I feel you through the screen. You are totally an energizer bunny. I absolutely love that.
And I'm a little tired because I just taught, even though I can do that, like I just got done teaching a college writing class. So sometimes I think, God, how am I doing? I don't do things to just do them, but it's just like you can be multi-passionate, and like purpose is never like a one thing. Like when we look for purpose, we sometimes can limit ourselves.
Okay.
Because I've had times where like I've lost jobs or lost relationships. So my identity is not based on what I'm doing. It's just whatever I do, I'm gonna do my best. So it's like how you do anything is how you do everything. So even if I'm not teaching fitness, I'm gonna still have that same energy. I'm gonna keep that same energy in a writing class. Or if I'm in, at a conference, how I'm interacting with people who I'm sitting by, networking. It's like I don't have to feel fear and like be a wallflower, so how you do anything is how you do everything. So it doesn't matter where you're at, when you're yourself and when you know who you are and that uniqueness that I could be. I like this flower over here doesn't take away from that flower because they're both beautiful.
Right.
Like that's how we should see life.
That's a beautiful attitude to have. Absolutely. So what would you do if you could not fail?
Ooh, don't tell me that. Okay. I would travel the world and I would just share the good news. That's what I would do. Like, I mean, I am limited. Like I haven't really like been living my best life, you know. I've been living my blessed life. But I haven't been living I haven't been living my best life where fear, because it says fear is false evidence appearing real. And like if I could not feel, I would travel everywhere. Like I would go, I mean, I don't even have a specific destination just to share the good news. Like I would share my testimony about, you know, I've a divorcee, but that doesn't mean that's my identity.
Nope.
I'm a mom of 3 and having to navigate the teenage years. That's not very easy.
No,
but
it's
like,
not.
Instead of people feeling isolated, I feel like I have the gift of friendship. Like I don't meet a stranger. I would share friendship with people. Like I would just let God use me wherever, all over the world, to share friendship and to just share hope
and kindness.
And kindness.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes. Very kind. I love that. I would travel the world and share my news. It just embodies everything. And I feel you so much through the screen. Like seriously, like I don't know how to explain it even like better than I can. So you were chatting earlier about inspiration and how we can inspire each other. And so I would love to ask you, how can we better champion women? How can we better inspire each other?
Wow. But women, you know, we hear the word like women dress for other women. And, you know, it's like, I feel like a lot of times, even though women, we say that term, but it's a reason why, because a lot of times we don't know that we're our own worst enemy.
Okay.
And I don't like to be negative. It's like, there's fear because a lot of times we both have this, what better person or counterpart than another woman that we understand time of the month. We understand emotions and hormones. We understand that, but sometimes there's fear because competition. And I know we hear competition is not to be a thing. It should be collaboration. But I feel like there's fear sometimes that rejection, because I can see you and say, wow, she's beautiful. And we judge from the outside. We judge from the outside appearance. And we don't understand that we all are the same underneath. We have a heart. You know, we have dreams, we have goals.
Yes.
And by you achieving yours doesn't take away from mine.
No.
So
that's why we have to better support each other.
Yes. So I feel like that's a big part of, you know, not that I say I've come into contact with that. I feel like I'm always the peacemaker, or I kind of put myself out there. I've been rejected a lot of times where people like, they kind of look at you just by saying, hey girl, or you compliment an outfit and say, that is such a cute outfit. And it's being genuine. It's not just saying a vague or something just to be saying something. Sometimes it's hard for people to receive it because I feel like the media sometimes has, you know, done that when we have the shows like The Bachelor, and it's like, there's one man and there's all these women, and it's like, we had to get chosen. So then that means like, instead of us thinking like I'm good enough on my own, or I don't have to be chosen because that's your loss if you don't choose me. So I feel like things like, you know, I don't really watch a lot of reality TV, but from my past, understanding like those are images that kind of may be ingrained in women that make us not be our best, you know, our best friends to one another.
Right. We should choose. Well, you should choose you first. You should champion yourself first. Like you can't choose another person. You can't invite love and friends and sisterhood into your life if you don't take care of yourself and choose you first.
Wow, that's good.
Because God brought us all here and he only made us one. There's only one beautiful. There's only one. There's only one.
Come on.
Yes. Oh, you're drawing it out of me. I
like what you said, that you said you're not taking care of yourself. So when people can't see it in themselves, you can't see it in someone else.
No,
so you mentioned that. So if I can't take care of myself, I may be envious if I see someone that they go to the gym. I'm like, well, who does she think she is? Or like, she thinks she's so cute, you know, like, but if I'm not taking care of myself, then I will have that, you know. But if I'm taking care of myself, then my cup is full. When I'm full, then I'm not empty and I'm not starving for attention or starving for compliments or starving for even anger or hatred. So you have to be a full cup by taking care of yourself, as you said.
Yes. And I also feel that I'm really bad at asking exactly for what I want. Like, what exactly do I want?
Come on.
And I want this Stellar Girl mission to grow. And in order for it to grow, I have to ask for help. I have to ask, you know, the girls that are on the platform. I have to ask the guests that are on the Speaking Stellar Girl series for help. Like, how can I grow this? And that it is by these interviews and meeting all these people virtually that I feel that I've grown and I've learned, and it's meaning something.
Wow. And asking for help is humbling. because asking for help means that I don't know something. And it's hard to admit that we don't know something, but who knows everything, but when we ask for help, it's like, it's not just getting help, it's letting that other woman know that it's okay to ask for help too. Hey.
Well, yes, absolutely. So I was listening, I was speaking to you earlier off camera about when I passed the TV today and the news was on, and they said the top 2 Google search words this year, which I thought would be, the pandemic or the election.
Yeah.
They were hope and faith. And that is something that you yourself believe truly wholeheartedly, and you empower women to do that. I'm sure you empower how old are your 3 kids?
Girl, I have a 14, a 13, and now 17 and an 18.
Yeah. Oh, hallelujah.
Yeah, it's a lot, not a lot, but just like they're going through the pandemic too. So on top of that.
Yes, it's a lot. So hope and faith. What does hope in the future look for you going forward? I know we're already into 2021. I mean, for your work, for your brand, how has it changed? How are you looking for hope? And also, what does faith mean to you?
Wow. So hope is going to be something that gives me a reason to wake up tomorrow, because if faith is like where it's maybe bad, like you think about when we first found out about going through a pandemic or COVID, there was a lot of fear and anxiety, and then wearing the mask and maybe social distancing, that was a lot. Everyone experienced it at the same time, but the hope was that people came together, that people can smile underneath that mask. That was a hope that says there's something tomorrow, but tomorrow's not promised. But hope to me means how I'm living today, that I woke up today, that I have to live today to the fullest, because tomorrow is not promised. And with so many people passing away during the pandemic, like we didn't know, some people were physically healthy. They were young. They were perfectly fine one day, and the next day were no longer here. So hope to me is how I'm living today, how you're living today, and what you're doing with what you have. Not like if and when I get this, because that's not a guarantee. So hope is what I have right now. And then for my faith is that I don't have to put faith in myself, or I don't have to put it in people. Like I put my faith in my own faith in Jesus and my faith in Christ, because I know he defeated everything. So whatever's meant to be, that he already knows what's going to happen. So I don't have to fear my future. I don't have to know what's going to happen. That doesn't mean I'm ignorant to not watch the news or to stay abreast of everything, but it just means like that I could put my hope in someone who's more than capable, and that supernatural is beyond me. And I know that I could trust that my faith is in Christ, even though for some that may not have that same experience, is by studying my word, reading my Bible, praying, and also like not just praying for myself, but praying for other people, because some people may not have that hope. They may not have that faith, and they don't have to be like me. They don't have to think like me, but I would want to just encourage them how I can, or strengthen them, even if they didn't know it was me that was praying for them, because we all need hope, and we all need to have faith in something, because otherwise, if we know that we have to deal with how we've been dealing with, what's the point of tomorrow if there's no hope?
There's no hope. That's what very well said, very beautifully said as well. Well, I feel like I could talk to you for hours.
New friend.
Oh my gosh. Now I have a new girlfriend, a virtual new girlfriend.
Yes. And I'm going to be following, and I'm going to be sharing. And I don't know, however I can help, anyone out there. Like if you are connected to Stellar Girl, like whatever I can give, I would like to share. I have a book that I have called Be Beautiful, and it's on Amazon, but I'm going to mail you a copy.
I'll buy a copy.
No, I have a journal. And so I want to be able to share that, because it's just, I'm going to give you 2 copies that you can share with anyone from your Stellar Girl community, just because I feel like we all want to be beautiful. And when I say beautiful, it's called Be Then Beautiful, even though it's not an original title that's mine, but it's the name of my book.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And how long ago did you write it?
That was like a few years ago. And then I have another book that I had came out during the pandemic called Brilliant Awakening, and it's called Beauty for Ashes. Then I have a new book coming out by Mother's Day. It's going to be called Restoring You, Shopping for a New You.
All of them. We need all of them. So tell me where our listeners can find you. I know it's SWAGHERfiitess on Instagram, but what about your website?
And my website is a long name, because I use my name, because like I said earlier, with body image, at first having a unique name, it can kind of be like, how do you pronounce it? And it seems like a chore, but I thought for my website, it's YaisaLifestyleBrand.com.
Perfect. And I will make sure that is in all of the promos so that we can all definitely go there and check out all things.
Check it out.
Yes. And I will also send you a little bit of joy and happy and beautiful in my bottle of glimmer lotion as well, so that you can have that. And it sparkles, it makes us happy, and it brings us more joy into our lives. And you've brought me so much joy today. And thank you so much for taking some time and visiting with us, and we'll be in touch. And definitely give Stellar Girl a quick follow so I can tag you in all of your promo. And
thank you.
And I really, really appreciate you. And I thank you for spending this time with me today. It was definitely the highlight of my day. And I really appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell icon to be notified of new episodes. To learn more about the Stellar Girl movement, please visit us at STELLARGIRL.com.